amazing viewers, and welcome to a fantastic Doctor Who ranking video for today. And this video has been in 3 months of me working out how I rank all of the Regeneration stories. Now, last time I did this was in fact when we had the Regeneration, aka the Bi-Generation in the Giggle. That was last time I did a big massive Regeneration story ranking video. So I'm going by Regeneration stories, including the Giggle. Even though the Giggle is technically a Bi-Generation, it's still a Regeneration. So I'm still going to class it as a Regeneration, even though it's just a Bi-Generation sort of thing. I'm not going to include like the Star on Earth or Journey's End or Day of the Doctor, because it does have Regeneration going on in it, but they have Regeneration scenes because you don't see one Doctor get to the next. It isn't like a proper Regeneration story where basically Ten got shot by Dalek, regenerated, put his energy into the hand and create a Metal Crisis Doctor. So that doesn't really class as a proper Regeneration story, but for somehow the Regeneration is still classed as a Regeneration. So I'm not going to include that, and I can't really include Day of the Doctor for the War Doctor, as the Regeneration happened during a multi-Doctor story, so I can't really include it as a Regeneration story because it doesn't build up to the Regeneration. You just see War starting to regenerate, saying yes, of course it's supposed to make sense, wearing a bit thin. So yeah, you don't really see a proper Regeneration story for the War Doctor. We just see him regenerate, so I can't really include that as a Regeneration story. So there are 15 Regeneration stories going to be in this list. So of course we're going to be ranking them from my least favourite to my all-time favourite. Now, some people have theirs different to mine. Some people have stories that I don't think are great as Regenerations, a bit higher or a bit lower. So this is my opinion and my opinion alone. So I hope you enjoyed this video. So in 15th place, I had to put The End of Time, David Tennant's first finale, aka the finale to the 10th Doctor. Now, I don't really enjoy The End of Time. It's definitely the weak Regeneration story, and it's still going by this standard for 2025. It's still the weakest Regeneration story because part 1 builds up on so much, and then part 2 just falls flat on its face. It's like part 2 just kind of laughs at part 1 a lot, because you've got all the build up with the Doctor and the Master, the Time Lords return, the Master turns the humans into the human race. The Doctor has a little bit of character development because you've got the serious moment in the Waters of Mars where he's literally just gone out of time. He literally's got too carried away, and then we see him where he's being a bit silly. He's not as great as he was in the previous story, and I don't think that's David Tennant's fault. I think that's Russell T Davies. I don't really care for the whole Regeneration story. I don't really care for the plot of the Master, the Time Lords. The Regeneration scene itself is okay. It's kind of good to see the TARDIS actually get blown up in the middle of Regeneration. But for The End of Time, it's definitely the worst Regeneration story of all time, and it's definitely my least favourite one forever. I don't think nothing is going to top this one. In 14th place, I have Wishworld and the Reality War, Shooty's finale. Yeah, this one's a bit of a mixed bag, because part 1 had a lot going for it with the Arani, the Doctor remember who he is. Basically at the end of the actual proper story, where basically Arani says, I know who you are too, Doctor, bye bye, like that, and he drops him. I have to say, Reality War is kind of a mixed bag. It doesn't feel like it should be a Regeneration story. It's just the Doctor just basically decides to save one life and sacrifice his own and alternate reality, and basically by shoving Regeneration energy into the TARDIS so it can alternate reality, and of course it does lead him to Regeneration. Yeah, this one's a bit of a mixed bag. It's definitely not as bad as The End of Time, because The End of Time I've only watched twice since 2020, where Reality War I've actually watched 25 times between May and June, and then of course it's coming out on Blu-ray on Monday. It will be released on Blu-ray, so I'll probably rewatch it then. So yeah, Reality War and Wishworld do have more of a rewatch ability for me than The End of Time, and I'm sorry to say that. Number 13, Time and Arani. Now, Time and Arani, it is a Regeneration story and a post-Regeneration story rolled into one, because everyone knows the events what happened, because Colin was supposed to come back and do the Regeneration, but he said no. So the Regeneration was brought forward into the story, and Sylvester McCoy was brought in a week. Brought into a week to basically look like he's regenerated from Colin to him. So, yeah, Time in Arani, it is a story. I know it's a mixed bag, but I enjoy it for what it is. I really enjoyed Pip and Jane Baker's writing. It's not a bad story. It really is good, but it's definitely the weak Regeneration story for Classic Who, in my opinion, and I'm sorry to say that. Number 12, Twice Upon a Time, the 12th Doctor's finale. Now, the 12th Doctor is my favourite modern Doctor. His Regeneration story, it's a Maltese Doctor story, because you've got the first Doctor refusing to regenerate, you've got the 12th Doctor refusing to regenerate. It's like these two Doctors need to talk to each other, make them go, you know what, we both need to go off and regenerate. Yeah, that kind of just is the only thing that really happens. It's literally just that one thing. Oh yeah, I need to talk to myself about regeneration. Oh, it's an early stuff. Okay, then. Okay. And then Capaldi goes off and regenerates into Jodie Whittaker. Yeah, the story itself, it's decent. I do quite enjoy Twice Upon a Time. It's definitely not the best regeneration story for modern Doctor Who. It's definitely a weird one, but I still personally enjoy it. And of course, it's the last story to be written by Stephen Moffat before he comes back and writes for Boom. So yeah, I do enjoy it, but not as much as the other proper Moffat regeneration story. So in 11th place, we have The Time of the Doctor. Now, some people want to shoot me for this one, because some people, I know there are big Matt Smith fans out there, and they still cry when they watch The Time of the Doctor. But yeah, this one's definitely the best one for Moffat, but not the best regeneration story for modern Who. Now, I love the fact we go to Trenzalore. I love how the Doctor spends 900 years defending the planet. And of course, it leads to him to regenerate at the end, but he's in his last life. And of course, the Time Lords give him a whole bunch of new regeneration cycle that goes into the Doctor, and of course helps him regenerate into Peter Capaldi in a brand new regeneration life cycle. But with the whole timeless child sort of thing going on, this one's a little bit obsolete now. It kind of ruins it a little bit. But yeah, I really enjoy this one still. It's a great rewatch every time I go back and rewatch the story. I can actually watch this one all year round, really. If I'm in the mood for a regeneration story, I need to be in the mind, physically in the mind, for watching a regeneration story. And it's either this one, it's either some more in this list for regeneration stories. But yeah, Time of the Doctor is definitely one I do go back and rewatch quite a lot. It's sad to still see Matt Smith go, but I personally enjoy the story, and I do like the stuff on Trenzalore. And I love the beginning with the Dalek, who goes, I bring proof of honor, missile. And of course, he ends up a Dalek. And I love the bit with handles on the cyber ship. So yeah, in 11th place, it is The Time of the Doctor. In 10th place, we have the original regeneration story, The 10th Planet, which basically isn't technically a regeneration story. It's just Hartnell's last story, and of course it does lead him to regenerate into Patrick Troughton, so it is a regeneration story. Not only is it just a regeneration story, it's the first story to introduce us to the Cybermen. So during the fact of the story, the Doctor says, oh, this old body of mine's wearing a bit thin. And of course he does collapse in the TARDIS and regenerates into Patrick Troughton, but we do know he has a little adventure with the 12th Doctor, the first Doctor does, so it kind of goes like bum 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 bum, that back and regenerate into Patrick Troughton. The story itself is brilliant. I love the Mondasian Cybermen. We are called Cybermen. Yes, Cybermen. Emotion, love, pride, hate, fear. Do you have no emotion, my dear sir? I just absolutely love this story. Now, Hartnell's not in it for episode 3 because he does fall ill at the time, but luckily he comes back for episode 4, which is sadly missing, but it has been animated. So yeah, I do enjoy the 10th Planet for that. Number 9, Night of the Doctor. Paul McGann returns as the 8th Doctor back in 2013 to do a regeneration story into regenerating into a younger John Hurt. And what can I say about the regeneration? It's brilliant. I do quite like it because it is very much of an 8th Doctor. You got Cass, who's in a crashed spaceship landing on the planet Khan. I'm a Doctor, but not the one you're probably expecting. I love the fact where he's there talking to says, but is this a TARDIS? Yes. And he goes, don't touch me. I'm one of the nice ones. Look, be happy I'm not a Dalek. Who can tell the difference anymore? I love how the 8th Doctor decides to become a warrior, and that basically thinks there's no need for a Doctor anymore. I love the fact he mentions all of his companions from Big Finish, like Charlie, Lucy, Molly, and there's another one as well. There is actually another one. I can't remember who the other one is, but I know he mentions Charlie, Lucy, and Molly. Now, Molly is definitely my favourite 8th Doctor companion for Big Finish. which is absolutely why I love her. I think it was If. Charlie, Lucy, Molly, If. No, I think there's another one. Oh, I can't remember the fourth name he mentions before he goes off and regenerates into John Hurt. But yeah, I really do enjoy Night of the Doctor. It's such a great regeneration story, and I wish we have more mini episodes for the 8th Doctor building up to this one. I just want more 8th. I really do. In 8th place, we have the TV movie. I love the TV movie. I know some people out there hate it because it's too Americanized, but I enjoy it for what it is. Paul McGann is definitely the great aspects of the 8th Doctor. Eric Roberts as the Master is a little bit campish, but I am starting to enjoy him more in Big Finish, as I've just listened to Day of the Master Part 1 and 2, which there will be a review coming out for that one. I also enjoy Daphne Ashbrook, who plays Grace. Now, again, this is like Time on Arani, where basically it is a post-regeneration story and a regeneration story. Because the regeneration story happens about 20 minutes into the movie, and then we go from 7 to 8. I personally do enjoy the TV movie. I never liked this Planet Doctor. I really love Eric Roberts as Master in this one. Again, it is too campish, but I do enjoy him in Big Finish. He's still one of my least favourite Masters. I need to listen to more of his stuff from Big Finish before I can actually place him a bit higher. But I absolutely do like Eric Roberts as Master. I always dress for the vacation. I really love Eric Roberts as Master in that one. That's definitely my favourite line. Number 7, The Power of the Doctor. Jodie Whittaker's finale. And this is definitely my top 3 modern regeneration stories, because it is absolutely flipping brilliant. I love the fact we've got the Master, played by Sacha Dhawan, so great as well. I love the whole build-up with Rasputin. I love the stuff with Ace and Tegan, and that they have closure with their versions of the Doctor, with Peter Davison coming back as a hologram and Sylvester McCoy. I also love the fact we see the Cybermen and the Daleks, so you get the 3 baddies working together, which I think it's the only time it's actually happened, because the Master has teamed up with the Cybermen, and he's only have one appearance with the Daleks where he teams up with the Daleks, and that's in Frontier in Space Part 6. So it's actually pretty nice to see the Master have a kind of an ally between Daleks and Cybermen, which I really did enjoy. I also love the scene with the Master forcing the Doctor to regenerate into him with the whole forced regeneration, and of course the Master taking over the Doctor's body, which makes him the Doctor Master, where essence the Doctor starts slowly taking over the Master, like when he's there playing the recorder from Patrick Troughton, where he wears every little bit of outfit from past Doctors because he's trying to ruin the universe. But I think the Doctor would basically take back over if it wasn't for Yaz and the holographic fugitive Doctor and helping them get back, and of course regenerate back into Jodie. I like the regeneration back into David Tennant as well, aka 14, where she's there saying, "Tag, you're it." And of course, she just regenerates into David Tennant. I like David Tennant's lines where he goes, "What? I know these teeth. What? What? What?" I just love that ending for Power of the Doctor. Is absolutely brilliant. Number 6, The Giggle. This is definitely my second favourite modern Doctor Who regeneration story. The Giggle is basically the return of the Toymaker, which is why I love this one so much, because I love Neil Patrick Harris as a Toymaker. I always loved the Toymaker as a character, because I used to hear so much stories from my granddad about the Toymaker, played by Michael Gough. And thank God for the animation, because now I've fully got to see that fully. And I really did enjoy The Giggle. Neil Patrick Harris as the Toymaker is absolutely brilliant. Again, this isn't technically a regeneration story. It's a bi-generation story, but I still need to class it as a regeneration, because we do see the Doctor split into 2, so he kind of regenerates, but it's hard to place this in regenerations, but I do enjoy it. Neil Patrick Harris is brilliant. David Tennant is brilliant as the 14th Doctor. This is the finale to 14, and it is 10 times better than the 10th Doctor's finale. Yeah, and that's one thing I have to say about it. It's so much better than The End of Time. I know some people are like, "Oh my God, The End of Time's the best regeneration story." No, it ain't. Not for David Tennant, not for the 10th Doctor, but for David Tennant and the 14th Doctor. The Giggle was definitely the best generation story. I did enjoy it. I love the bits with the whole split into Ncuti and Tennant. I love the 2 Doctors together, which makes it a great way to celebrate the 60th anniversary with a multi-Doctor story towards the last couple of 5-10 minutes, 20 minutes maybe. I do enjoy it. It's absolutely brilliant. I love the fact we have the return of Unit and we have the return of Mal in this story as well. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I do love the giggle. Absolutely brilliant. Definitely my second favourite Generation story, I have to say, for Modern Who. Number 5, Bad Wolf and Parting of the Ways. This is definitely the best Regeneration story from modern Doctor Who. It is a fun 2-part set on Satellite 5, the game station, where the 9th Doctor basically sacrifices his own life to save Rose. And of course, he kisses her by absorbing the time vortex. Damn, I love this episode. I really do. I love the return of the Dalek Emperor. I love the return of the Daleks. Do not bus beam. Do not bus beam. They're insane. I really love the 9th Doctor in this story. It's so great to have the Doctor basically put to his strengths, where he's there in the game station and goes, something else is going on here. So, here's the latest from the Big Brother house. I'm getting out. I'm going to go and find my friends. And then I'm going to find you. I still love the Regeneration itself with Nine and Rose, where she's there talking, and he literally takes a little bit of a laugh out of it, where he says, maybe you and I will go one day, but not like this. You're not making sense. I might make sense never again. I might have 2 heads. I might not have no head. Imagine me with no head. It's a bit judgy, this process, because you never know what you're going to end up with. I really like where he goes, stand away. Doctor was going to, I absorb the time vortex energy, and no one's meant to do that. Every single cell in my body's dying. Yeah, I'm doing it now. You see, Time Lords have this little way. It's called cheating death, but it means I'm going to change, and you're never going to see me again. Not with this. Not with this daft old face. And before I go, I just want to say you were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And you know what? So was I. I just love this Regeneration story. Christopher Eccleston is definitely one of the best modern Doctors. He's definitely my top 3 modern Doctors. And I absolutely love the 9th Doctor. I still enjoyed his Big Finish run. I need to listen to Sneers with Nine and Rose. But yeah, I personally enjoyed this story. It's absolutely flipping brilliant. It really is. Then, of course, the next 4 are classic Doctor Who. Because I love classic Doctor Who. And the Regeneration story are so much better in classic Who than it are for modern Who. So in 4th place, boom, we have the War Games. I really enjoy the War Games. It doesn't matter what version. I don't know if it's the coloured version or the black and white version. I just love the War Games. It's just such a fantastic story, set in different time periods on an alien planet. We have the Time Lords basically catching up with the Doctor, putting him on trial and forcing him to regenerate into the 3rd Doctor and putting him into exile. It's just such a great story, and I really do enjoy the War Games. I absolutely love it. While you have been observing the evil in the galaxy, I have been fighting against it. I just absolutely love the 2nd Doctor. I really do love the War Games. It's just such a great finale. You may have changed your face, but I know who you are. Yes, of course. I absolutely love the War Games. It's just such a great story. I wanted to put this in number 1, but I just love the other 3 stories as well as the War Games. So these next 4 stories, they all tie as my number 1. That's the way I have to see it. That's literally the way I'm going to explain it. So these 4 stories are definitely my number 1. But I had to put these in a different number because I just enjoy all these Regeneration stories. Number 3. Planet of the Spiders. I love this flipping story for the 3rd Doctor. It is a fun, action-packed story. We got the return of the Metabelius 3. We got the Metabelius Crystal return from the 3rd Doctor give to Jo in The Green Death. We got big giant spiders. We have the great big giant spider radiation poisoning, which basically leads the 3rd Doctor regenerating in on Unit's floor into the 4th Doctor, who of course is my favourite Doctor of all time. But I just love Planet of the Spiders. It's got some great action sequences with car chases, helicopter chase added in, boat chase, the Doctor using Felucian Haikido. Such a great story, and I absolutely love it. It really is such a great post-Regeneration story. Number 2, Legoopolis. The end has been prepared for. I do enjoy Legoopolis. It is Tom Baker's finale, and it's definitely one of the 2 best Regeneration stories for me from classic Doctor Who. Now, I love the build-up with Anthony Ainley's Master, because Anthony Ainley is my favourite incarnation of the Master, and I think he did so well in the story with Tom. I just absolutely love it. It builds up so much with the Doctor basically going to Earth to try and get the TARDIS fixed because he knows the Master will be chasing after him. I also love the fact how we meet Tegan after the Master kills her auntie Vanessa. I just really love this story, and I love Tom Baker's final line where he literally saves the universe to the Master, and of course it does lead him to dying, and he gives that fantastic line, "It's the end, but the moment has been prepared for. I absolutely love it. I absolutely do love Legoopolis. And number one, the best Regeneration story, in my humble opinion, the Caves of Andraani. Yes, this is definitely my favourite Regeneration story. It's been my favourite since I was a child. And I remember watching this back when I was 3 or 4. And I absolutely loved watching this with my dad on DVD, because the whole build-up of the story is just absolutely fantastic, because the Doctor is in this situation where he can't fix it because it's a dire situation. He needs to get the How out of there with Perry, but he gets caught up with the events. And of course, he does die from spectrotoxemia. And of course, the only cure is bat's milk. So of course, the only way to get the cure is if the Doctor gives it to either him or Perry. And of course, he gives it to Perry because it's a girl he's just met. So it's a kind of a bit like, oh, the 15th Doctor, really, because the 15th Doctor saved the universe, saved his daughter from existing, aka Poppy, but it's done in a totally different way, and this is just the best Regeneration story. I really love the fact how the 5th Doctor doesn't know he's going to regenerate because he does sacrifice his own life. It's absolutely brilliant. It's amazing. I just love his last line. It feels different this time, and of course he just regenerates into Colin Baker. Doctor, you're expecting someone else? That's 3 eyes and 1 breath, rather than stick with you, young lady. Change, my dear. And it seems not a moment too soon. So that is me ranking every Regeneration story, including the Bi-Generation story, from my least favourite to my all-time favourite. What are your favourites? Please let me know in the comments. Please do like, subscribe and share, and join for awesome Doctor Who content. Have a cracking day, you amazing viewers and subscribers.